Good evening, Mr. and Ms. Internet and all our ships at sea. It is Thursday. It is time once again for the Freeway Forum, coming to you live and direct from the world-famous 405 freeway in beautiful, sunny Southern California. My name is Atari. This is a free-form discussion hosted by me, but it is driven by you. Yes, you friends, you and your comments are what make this show possible. So, we'll start with the topic today. Drop your thoughts down in the doobly-doo, and let's have ourselves a little discussion here. Of course, if you're here already, give us a thumbs up, like this video, and be sure to share it with all your social media friends so that we can get as many people in here as possible and have ourselves a rollicking good discussion. So coming up on Monday, I believe it is, so 11/13 is the day that that Felix Unger was kicked out of his house by his wife, and he moves in with his pal Oscar, and thus begins the very first episode of The Odd Couple. Actually, I believe it was a play first. It was a play, and then it was a movie, and then it was a TV show, and then it was another TV show, and then it was another movie, and then it was yet another TV show. So, it's a pretty long-running franchise. It's a goofy little sitcom, and it's the perfect setup for just an easy little situation comedy where you have two friends who are personality-wise just polar opposites. It's kind of like me and Hammy, but they're living together. Two friends living together, and I wouldn't say Hammy and I are polar opposites. No, we're different, but whatever. Anyway, but enough about us. Enough about me. Anyway, So it's it was an interesting idea. It's almost the perfect idea for a sitcom because it has conflict built in, and the conflict that's built in is really just anything and everything that could possibly happen in a household. You automatically have conflict built in because of the two different personalities and the way they would approach a particular situation. Something very similar to what was it? Two and a Half Men. Yeah, Charlie Sheen. Speaking of Charlie Sheen, oh my goodness. But anyway, we're not going to get into that today. We might get into that, but who knows? That is an odd couple, isn't it? Charlie Sheen and Corey Feldman. That would be an odd couple, I would imagine. But that would be, yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to get into that. That's just all that celebrity kind of culture. And it's just like, I understand, and the people who have been affected by it, my heart goes out to them, and the people who perpetrated it, if they did in fact actually perpetrate, that's a whole different matter, and that should be rectified as fairly as possible. But yeah, just to throw allegations out there, that's one thing, and then another. But yeah, I've seen things like that happen. I know people who have been affected by things like that, and been affected by that sort of misconduct, and my heart does go out to them. So I'm not blind to it. I'm not deaf to it. I know it's there, but that's a whole different matter. But today we're talking about oddest couples. We're talking about the oddest couples we know. Not necessarily personally, because the Barbie and I are certainly an odd couple. Both what's the word I'm looking for? Compatibility-wise and personality-wise, and just ourselves, just us in general as people. We're odd people. So the Barbie and I are an odd couple. We are definitely an odd couple, and we are proudly an odd couple, and that works out very well. But I want to know about you guys. I want to know, who do you think makes an odd couple? Was it what's her face Kardashian with the basketball player guy? They seemed like an odd couple, and then of course they got divorced like 3 days after they got married. Wow. Who else makes an odd couple? You know, there's the obvious answer: Trump and Putin. They are an odd couple. Putin, not Putin, Putin. But who else? Who else is there? Who else is out there? Who else would make an odd couple? Who else are odd bedfellows? Who else goes together like oil and water? But who else is out there? Who is an odd sort of couple? Y'all gotta let me know down in the comments. But yeah, that's what we're talking about today. So we're talking about odd sorts of couples. Now let's see, who else is there? You know, who are the people that make you go, oh, she's married to him, he's married to her? What? I don't know. I don't keep track of celebrity culture very much, so I'm really just kind of out of left field here. Yeah, Chris says this is tough for him, and I tend to agree, because I sort of shy away from celebrity culture. I don't really get into celebrity culture, except maybe to make fun of it every once in a while. But being here in the Los Angeles metro area, it's sort of a thing, and it's sort of like, it's just all around you, and you just have to be there, and you have to, it's like you have to understand. If you live in the TMZ, which I do, I'm like right on the edge of the TMZ. But if you're inside the TMZ, it's like you just know. It's like beamed into your head. You know who's dating whom, and who's sleeping with whom, and who's cheating on whom with whom, and it's weird. It's just a weird sort of cultural thing here. But yeah. Oh, and by the way, TMZ. If you're not familiar, here's your fun fact for the day. TMZ, the whatever you want to call them, publication. Chris says his wife says Julia Roberts and Lyle Lovett make an odd combo. You know, they're both like Lyle Lovett's from Texas. Julia Roberts is from Smyrna, Georgia. Actually, Julia Roberts and I are from the same hometown, by the way. Which, funny story, most of my high school teachers, many of my high school teachers actually taught Julia Roberts in the, because they were, older teachers, a lot of them were, experienced. They've been in for a while, but their claim to fame was that they had taught Julia Roberts at one time, and they would tell stories about Julia Roberts being this really awkward teenager. And apparently she was super awkward when she was a teenager. But yeah, she and I are from the same hometown, so that's there's a fun fact there about Julia Roberts. But to see her with Lyle Lovett, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely certain that that they would be a too odd of a couple. But certainly I don't know them personally, so I can't say that for the can't say that for certain. Springer just showed up. Springer, what's up, buddy? He says Red Green says hi, Atari. Oh man, that's amazing. I love it. So Red Green, if you're familiar, if you're Canadian, you know who Red Green is. If you're not Canadian, you might have seen Red Green on public television, which is where I was familiar with Red Green. I used to watch that show. It was every Saturday. I think it was like Fridays and Saturday nights. The Red Green show would come on GPTV. GPTV. What's their call sign? WPVA. No, not WPVA. That's 30. WGPB, Georgia Public Broadcasting. So Channel 8 in Atlanta. I'm like, no, Channel 8. Anyway, so public broadcasting. GPB in Atlanta actually, well, GPB actually is a nation or a statewide network of public television stations. Anyway, so GPB used to show on Friday and Saturday nights. They would show, they had a Britcom block, which was, you know, as the name implies, British comedies. Are You Being Served? Vicar of Dibley, and Monty Python's Flying Circus, and all these very classic sort of English Thames television, Thames, the River Thames, Thames television, Lionheart television. They're BBC exports. BBC and I forgot what the other not Sky One, but is the other the for-profit television network, the big one in Britain. I forgot what it is, but they're all BBC exports essentially, and they would run a block of comedies. And oh, real quick, Springer says Andrew told him he needs to make an episode with Gorilla Tape, and he said his back window is taped up with it right now. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. Gorilla Tape is freaking awesome. It is the new handyman's secret weapon. Duct tape is hereby deprecated. Apparently, according to Red Green, duct tape is deprecated in favor of Gorilla Tape. So you heard it here, folks. You heard it here first. Exclusive breaking news here on the AirborneSurfer YouTube channel. Gorilla Tape officially deprecates duct tape, according to Red Green. Breaking news. You get a sounder. Anyway, so so going back to GPTV. Anyway, so and then they would show other like goofy little comedy shows that they imported from other countries, mostly, you know, from the Anglosphere. There was a show is this Red Green is this he's a not really a woodsman, but he's sort of like he's like the everyman, blue collar kind of guy. He's like a Canadian Jeff Foxworthy, or maybe a Canadian Bill Engvall, but he's that they're very folksy sort of. Yeah, is it offline or is it back up yet? I'm streaming and I see it and it's telling me it's streaming. So let me know if you're having issues. I'm in that little section of freeway where it goes below grade and I lose the signal for the most part. So anyway, so Steve Smith created the character Red Green, and Red Green is this sort of folksy. Oh, good, I'm back! Yay! Thank you, Chris. He's this sort of folksy character, and he's like a handyman. You know, he's more of a retired kind of guy, and he's just kind of tooling around the house, and it's like a public access show. The shtick is that it's like Wayne's World. It's a public access show, but it's not. It's like an actual production, but all the characters are there in like it's this public access show that the local men's club does. So there's all the different characters, and it's very quote-unquote male-oriented, stereotypically male-oriented humor, where it's about you know, building stuff and your wife nagging at you, and you know, just very He-Man kind of like, you know, we're in Alberta, Canada, and we're in the woods, and we're gonna you're a mountain men, and there's the fire lookout guy, and then there's the little wormy guy. There's I'm trying to think of all the different characters. There's Bill. Bill's is sort of like he's like Red's cousin, I think, or something like that. There's all these different characters that he and his co-writer created, and they just play out stuff, and there's all these like long-running gags about like duct tape. The handyman's secret weapon is duct tape, and you know, keep your stick on the ice, and you know, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. All these sorts of little things. You know, I'm pulling for you. We're all in this together. All these little catchphrases and things like that. It's a very, very funny show. I highly recommend it. You can go to the Red Green channel on YouTube and see clips of it, because they post clips fairly often, because Red Green is on his book tour, and that's where Springer came from. That's where this whole story is going. You'll never know what you find on the AirborneSurfer YouTube channel. You never know what you get on the Freeway Forum. So we're going from The Odd Couple, and we're talking about Red Green. So Springer just came from Red Green's book signing up there in Toronto, or I'm not sure which town, somewhere Ontario way. But yeah, Springer just came from up there and got to meet old Red, and apparently Red said hi Atari, so that just makes me feel fantastic. That's pretty awesome. And Springer, I think he grabbed me a book, right? You got me a book, sir. I appreciate that. And we're gonna do a little. I think we might do a little compilation video, or not compilation video, collaboration video at some point. You know, having fun with that, because he's got some good, I think he's got some good footage, and we're gonna play around with that because I'm a big fan of Red Green, and we've been kicking around ideas for doing a collaboration for a little while now, and because we're both kind of like we're both like, you know, messing around in the shop kind of guys, so I think that'll work out really well. We'll play around. We'll be like, you know, almighty Red Green, you know, bestowed upon us something fantastic, but we'll see. We'll see what they got. But anyway, oh man. Springer says that Janice Dickinson, and can't remember her husband's name. I don't even know who these people are. I'm sorry. I don't know who they are, so you're gonna have to help me out. Oh boy. But oh, you know, speaking of odd, you know, speaking back to the Odd Couple thing, you know who's an odd couple is George Takei and Brad Takei. Those two guys, they are just an unexpected couple. George Takei being, you know, like 80 years old, you know, this 80-year-old Japanese man, and Brad Takei being, he's like, gosh, he's like 40-something. It's like, holy crap. But, you know, if I were a gay man, I'd be all over that too. Oh my. But, gosh, yeah, trying to think who else is, yeah, there's some odd ones out there. I'm just trying to think of some more. Oh man, Tom Petty and what's her name? God, who was he married to? It wasn't Kim Basinger, was it? Was Tom Petty married to Kim Basinger? I don't remember. He was married to a very attractive woman, and he was very ugly. So that was sort of an odd couple there. That was a different little coupling, but it's like, you know, rock and roll gets you, yeah. Oh man. Who else is there? Who else is an odd couple? I'm not even sure. Oh dear. There's a lot of traffic here tonight. It's this darkness. That's what's getting me. Darkness imprisoning me. All that I ever see. Yeah, this might not have been the best topic for me because, you know, I thought it was going to be great, and I thought we were going to talk about, like, I had like all these ideas, and now that I'm on camera, I'm like, no, I've forgotten. I don't know who I'm talking about at all. So I need help. But yeah, like I was saying, because I really kind of stay away from celebrity culture as much as I can. I really don't know many celebrity couples that, you know, odd or otherwise. So I'm just trying to think of weird pairings, like weird, interesting pairings of people who make odd bedfellows and so forth. Like me and Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore he's a comedian. We don't know each other personally, but he's a comedian here. Cameron Diaz and Benji Madden. I know who Cameron Diaz is. I don't know who Benji Madden is. I'm assuming that's her SO. Golly, I'm terrible with this. I am absolutely rubbish at this. So, golly. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I would say, what's his name? Adam Sandler and Alicia Silverstone? Yeah, Alicia Silverstone. No, not Alicia Silverstone. Drew Barrymore. Golly, why do I get those two confused? They're not so much an odd couple, like, together, but they're just an odd pair of people. They're both odd in their own ways, and then you put them together and they work really well. So it's like, that's sort of a different kind of odd couple. So that's one I could think of. Who else is there? Who else is odd? Who else is an odd pairing of people? Bob Barker and Adam Sandler. That's an odd pairing. Oh man. So yeah. Oh gosh. Larry Wax and Eric Von Hessler. If you're from Atlanta or from New York, you might know Larry Wax and Eric Von Hessler. Or if you're from LA, you might know them too. They've been in all three markets. Springer says that Cameron Diaz and Benji Madden have done some good movies, some great movies together. I haven't seen them. I'm sorry. I don't know. Oh, this is bad. This is embarrassing almost. Oh, man. You know who is an odd couple, is an unexpected couple, is John Cleese and his wife. Because she's like really young and hot, and he's not. But that's like the best I can do right now. I can't think of his wife's name. Oh man. So I'm rounding the curve, switching, going through the interchange, switching freeways. So it's a good time to plug AirborneSurfer.com. All the good stuff is at AirborneSurfer.com, and you can go there. And if you want to support Airborne Surfer and the Airborne Surfer YouTube channel at AirborneSurfer.com, there are Amazon links all over the place. There's Amazon links down in the doobly-doo, and there's Amazon links on AirborneSurfer.com. Click any of those. Next time you go shopping at Amazon, swing by, click the link there, and we'll get a little taste of whatever you buy there. It doesn't cost you a penny more. Comes out of Amazon's, comes out of their advertising budget, so it doesn't cost you any more on your products. But we'll get a little taste of that here, and we can help support what we do. And oh yeah, and you can also follow me on Twitter at AirborneSurfer. I'm also on Instagram now. I got the Instagram, yo. I'm on Instagram that joint at the Airborne Surfer, and of course Airborne Surfer Productions on Facebook as well at the Airborne Surfer, Facebook.com/the Airborne Surfer. So yeah, check it out, check them all out, follow, like, and subscribe, and all that good stuff, and we'll have us lots more fun. You get to see all the behind-the-scenes stuff and pictures of my socks and my dogs and all kinds of goofy stuff that's going on. In between videos, in between fun videos and articles on the website and so forth. So back to it. Really trying to think again. Golly. Oh boy. Oh, excuse me. Still got a little bit of a cough there. Fancy socks. Yes, they are fancy socks, Chris. Thank you. They are fancy. I am a sock enthusiast. I do like my fancy socks. I got my my Star Wars socks on today, as I posted earlier today. I got a backlog of pictures of socks that I have yet to post. I'm trying to keep my posts to like 1 or 2 a day, just so it doesn't get like overwhelming. But if I see something interesting, I'll take a picture of it, put it on the Instagram, and at the very least, you get a picture of my sock that I'm wearing that day. I have like a drawer full of fancy socks, and I rotate them, and I still have a drawer full. It's like a half a drawer full of fancy socks and half a drawer full of just white socks, and I don't wear the white socks as often now, simply because I generally just wear white socks when I'm you know, if I'm doing work or I'm working out or something like that. That's when I wear the white socks, because I don't want to get my fancy socks all burnt. But yeah, I generally, when I go to the office and when I'm just out and about, I wear my fancy socks. Chris says he thought I meant that I have 1 or 2 posts of the socks that I'm wearing that day. You know, that would be an interesting idea, is to just mix my socks and just have like a picture of each sock, and then like post 2 pictures of socks for the day. Oh, I don't know. No, that's just too much. I can barely keep up with what I'm doing right now. So I'm really trying to stay on top of the social media stuff. It's tough because I add on a little bit at a time every time, and I push myself until I break, and then I like stop entirely, and then, you know, go back to it later. I'm doing good so far, though. Doing really well so far. You know, staying on top of the Freeway Forum. We had a little hiccup there with the car and stuff going on, but we're back. You know, we stay more or less regular with this thing, and you know, this is gonna be it's gonna be a fun thing. This is sort of your gateway. This is sort of your gateway to see what's going on, and this is my social time. This is my happy hour. So like Thursdays are fun because I go from I leave the office, I do the Freeway Forum, I go home, I walk the dogs, I go to the shop, and I go to the shop, and that's Hacker Happy Hour, and go and break things and put things back together in new and interesting ways, turn a few wrenches, and do all that fun stuff. So like Thursday's like my cool day during the week. That's my fun day. That's my happy hour day. Springer says he loves the sock posts. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that you love my sock posts. Oh man, we're gonna get you some fancy socks here, son. At some point, we're gonna get you some fancy socks. I got some ideas. I got some ideas brewing. I got some really good ideas brewing. At least I think they're good ideas. So hopefully we'll be able to act on those in the next few weeks to the few months. I got a Christmas promotion I'm working on. Something that I'm gonna do just for my subscribers, just for my awesome, cool people. I don't have it set up yet. I'm gonna be doing a Patreon. I'm gonna be launching that, like properly launching that, starting in January, I think. You know, I've crossed the 500 subscriber mark, so I think I'm getting really good kind of sustainable numbers coming up. It's nothing that I can't even go like part-time, part-time work, part-time YouTube yet, but you know, it's still at like, you know, more or less hobby level. But I'm getting a more stable recurring revenue from the monetization here. So this is good. This is good. These are good things. I'm going to start the Patreon out, kind of do a soft launch maybe, run into that in January. Gonna see that, try to build something, you know, kind of offline about that, out of that. We'll see where that goes. I don't want to get like too crazy marketing wise, but like, you know, it's starting to be a thing, and it's starting to look like it's going to turn into something sustainable. 2018 is definitely going to be a year for growth. I don't know about you guys. 17 was definitely my year to like really get my sea legs and kind of figure out that I want to do this for certain. And 18 is definitely the year for growth and really pushing the channel and really pushing forward. Trying to build time, and you know, do fun stuff like this. You know, where do these every once in a while. Hi, Springer Town. We'll see you when we see you next time. I still got to catch up on all my videos. My backlog of videos is down to 100. Video was up over 600, I think. My back is about 100. I'm just away at it. I'm almost up to where I can catch up to everybody. At the time, I'm just past Halloween now, so I'm like within the last few weeks. Videos. I'm gonna be cutting back on regular. Going to more partial, you know, occasional. I want to have a place to hang out. Definitely going to have a place for you guys to just kind of. It's all about where we're goofing around and exchanging ideas and do all that fun stuff. So anyway, yeah. So everybody's kind of hauling back too. Y'all are on the East Coast, and it's getting kind of late over there, I know. But evening's just getting started for me here. But that's about all I got today. Appreciate you guys being here. I'm just about out of Freeway, and I've been bleeding this whole time. Like, I need something to talk about. Oh, I didn't think about this. Oh man, so. This is a good start, though. We'll come back to this next week on the Facebook Live version of the Freeway Forum. We're gonna get some ideas in the Facebook posts. AirborneSurfer Productions on Facebook. There'll be a discussion thread starting on Monday, I think, and then you know, leave your comments in there. We'll come back on Wednesday. We'll bang our heads together. We'll get a few more people in here, and we'll try to figure out who is the oddest celebrity, the oddest couple, period. Whether they're a celebrity or not, whatever. But yeah, so I definitely appreciate you guys being here. Absolutely appreciate you guys being here. This is what I do. You know, this is what I do. I hang out with you guys, and we have a good time. We have a laugh, and yeah, makes the drive home just that much more bearable. So yeah, so that's really all I got today. Again, AirborneSurfer.com, at AirborneSurfer on Twitter, at the AirborneSurfer on Instagram and Facebook. I think I'm on Snapchat, but I never use Snapchat, so I don't know. I got a Pinterest now, and I don't know how to use it. I don't know what I'm doing there. I'm just throwing videos at it and seeing what sticks. That's kind of where I am right now. I just want to be just looking for the exposure. You know, whatever sticks. You know, right? That's all I got today, guys. You know, continue the conversation down in the doobly-doo. This video will be up and available next Sunday. Next Sunday will be the replay for this one. After we have our Facebook Freeway Forum, and then that will be that. And so that's all I got, guys. Again, appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. Drop me a comment in the doobly-doo. Drop a like. Come by, say hello, share it with your friends. And until next time, tally-ho, y'all.